diagrams are used when you're looking at finding arrangements and combinations and probabilities. So let's look at this one first. It says the first step to constructing a tree diagram is for students to identify all the relative factors in the problem and list them. So factors can be listed in any order as this does not affect the solution of the problem. So for example, if a class of students were asked to list their favorite fruits, in the list the students include apples, oranges, and bananas. So the next thing is what the question's about, since once the initial list has been compiled, the students were asked to organize the three types of fruits in order from their least favorite to their most favorite. And every possible combination was covered by the students in the class. So you would take you're going to do, so I'm going to have in each of them, I would have someone had apples as their least, orange could be the least, and bananas. And then so off of those you have two other fruits, because it could be apples, and then it could be oranges, and then it could have been bananas. It could have been apples, and then bananas, and then orange is the least favorite. Or started with oranges, then it could have been apples, and then bananas. Or oranges, and bananas, and then apples. Or it could have been bananas, and then orange, and then apples. Or it could have been bananas, apples, and then orange. Which gives you a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different combinations. Okay? So if I have 6 different combinations, go back to using my finger to write. Oops. So if you want to look at these, and it will say, well, how many of those different combinations have orange as the least favorite? So remember they're in order. We come back over here. The order is from least to the most. So it would have 1, 2. So the probability would be 2 out of 6. Remember, all fractions are always written in. That's right, simplest form. So 1/3 is choosing a child whose combination would have an orange as their least favorite. All right, let's look at this one. It says Lily's dad is trying to decide what shoes and socks to wear on the first day of his new job. He has a pair of black shoes, and he has a pair of brown shoes. He has 5 pairs of socks. They're blue, black, brown, green, and gray. So he wants to wear matching socks and matching shoes. How many different combinations are possible? All right, so let's go on to the next one. So remember, I have a pair of brown shoes, and he had a pair of black shoes. And then off of there were 5 different colored socks, blue, black, brown, green, and gray. So I'm going to have 5 branches coming off of my shoes. So my first branch where it starts is your shoes. So 5, so I could have, you had brown socks, black socks, green socks, gray socks, oops, can't remember, and blue socks. Okay, so then he's got the blue shoes, which he also has a pair of 5 different pairs of socks, which would be a brown pair, the black pair, the green pair, gray pair, and the blue pair. All right, so in this scenario, there are, with the brown pairs of shoes, there are 5 different combinations, and with the blue pairs, there's 5 different combinations that you could make, which gives you a total of 10 different combinations you could use of wearing a pair of shoes with 1 pair of socks. All right, and so if you notice, I want you to try and think about this. When you look at these 2 different examples, look at this one. If you go back and look at this one, see if you can see some kind of math that you might use that could help figure that out, some kind of operations that you could use that might solve that also, okay? All right, so tomorrow, go ahead and bring in something, go ahead and bring in a summary and a question if you might have it, and if you figured out, if you could see the math operation that you might be able to use to help solve those. All right, we're all done. All right, so don't forget to bring those in tomorrow.